Yo, what's good? Your 413 here back in the day, and today, guys, Forza has announced 60 brand new cars to Forza Motorsport 7, although what I will say is that these cars are mostly not brand new, as most of them are repeats from previous Forza games, but we do get one brand new car to Forza and 3 brand new to the Xbox One, so that is still something to look forward to in this release of classic cars, as there is not a single car on this list that is newer than 1970. And as always, I'm going to leave a link down in the description below, so those of you guys who just want to check out the entire list will be able to check it out. Anyway, let's go ahead and get on into it. So first up, what we have is the 1950 Alfa Romeo 158. In this car, guys, I mean, it's not necessarily pretty, but it is a brand new race car to the game, and I'm definitely looking forward to that, as I know there's a lot of people who have been wanting some new race cars coming, and this car, honestly, is one of the most successful race cars ever to be involved in racing, which, it and its successor, God, I am off today, guys, the 159 actually took home 47 wins out of 54 total Grand Prix entered, and I think that is pretty remarkable for a single car. I can't think off the top of my head any other car that has actually been able to pull off anything like that. So I mean, just freaking awesome, guys. Anyway, that is the first car that has been announced. Now we got 3 new cars to Forza Motorsport 7, although actually what I should say is all the cars are new to Forza Motorsport 7. New to the Xbox One. So the first car, for all you drag fans out there, is the 1967 Dodge Coronet W023. So, I mean, I'm not a big fan of the Coronet. I'm not a big fan of American Muscle, as you guys know, but this is another one of them big granddaddy drag cars. This car was only had 55 produced. That sounded kind of odd to say, but only 55 of these cars were ever produced, and I'm fairly certain that they were for drag racing only. So, at least that's what I think. Let me know down in the comments section if that is actually true. But one other thing about this car is I was actually doing my research on it. There is one that is going to go up for auction here soon with an estimated value. Hear me out, guys. $105,000 to $130,000. For that kind of money, you can get so many other cars, and I just don't get it. I just don't get it, guys. I just don't. I don't get drag racing. I don't really get NASCAR, although I know there's a lot of skill that's required for it. It's just not my thing. It's not my thing, guys. So, but anyway, our next car on the list is actually another drag racing champion, being the 1964 Ford Fairlane Thunderbolt. That's right, guys, we're getting the Ford Fairlane Thunderbolt back in Forza, and this car, guys, is just an absolute drag god. This car actually ended up taking home the 1964 NHRA Superstock Championship title, which is why Ford actually produced it, because, you know, Ford is super competitive and they want to have every damn title that they can, and they'll spend hundreds of millions of dollars to get it. Hashtag Ford So, I mean, that's pretty much most of the fact. And only 100 of these were ever actually produced, and they were for drag racing only. That one I do know. I think the Coronet was for drag racing only, but I'm not entirely sure on that. So then our last car, though, that is brand new to the Xbox One console is the 1967 Volkswagen Karmann Ghia. That's right, guys. This is our first Volkswagen to be announced for Forza Motorsport 7, although in this announcement there were 3 other Volkswagens announced, and I will get to those ones here in just a little bit. But the 1967 Volkswagen Karmann Ghia is considered to be one of the most beautiful cars ever produced, guys, and I mean, my god, it is pretty. German built and Italian design led to its extreme reliability, as well, just being an absolutely gorgeous car. Now, it wasn't too fast, as it actually shared an engine with the Volkswagen Beetle and was a little bit bigger than the Volkswagen Beetle, so it was actually, I think, slower than the Volkswagen Beetle. So, I mean, there is that. But damn, did it look good trying to be fast. So, and this leads us right into our next car that was announced, being the Volkswagen Beetle. Now, I'm going to go over a list of a couple other cars that I think deserve a little bit of a mention, as, you know, there's some of my favorite cars actually in this list. So I think in total we're going to have 10 cars that I'm going to go over today. But for those of you guys who just wanted to know the new cars, pretty much that's over with. And now we're just going to be talking about the cars that I am really excited to see. So first up, what we have though is we have the 1963 Volkswagen Beetle, which of course is just a slow turd box. That's all I can say, guys. Volkswagen Beetles are just slow turd boxes. I mean, what else can you get? I mean, one thing though that's really keeping that Volkswagen Beetle in my mind right now is that Need for Speed Payback video, just showing all the customizations that are going to be in that. And you know this Volkswagen Beetle ain't going to come anywhere near the customization of that one, as I'm really wanting to upgrade that car, just make it freaking amazing in Need for Speed. So as you guys know, I'm going to be picking up Forza 7, Need for Speed, and hopefully I'll also be getting the Crew 2, as I just started playing the Crew, the regular one. I didn't play it when it came out or anything. I've just been playing it recently. I'm really liking it, guys. I really am. I didn't think I was, because when I actually got it with Games with Gold a couple months back, I picked it up, I played it for, I think, 2 missions, and then I quit. I mean, I didn't even get to the dirt car section. I mean, that's how fast I quit the game. But I'm really looking forward to those 3 games, as they really sort of fit with the channel too. I have never played a Need for Speed game though, so I'm a little bit worried about that one. But I mean, it does look pretty damn good, if I do say so myself. So anyway, while we're on the topic of Volkswagen, we are also getting a third Volkswagen, and I just, oh, there we go, we got unstuck, which is going to be the 1963 Volkswagen Type 2 Deluxe, which is the minibus, for those of you guys who aren't aware. And I mean, who doesn't want a minibus? It is the ultimate hippie car. Although, actually, I guess I wouldn't call it the ultimate hippie car, as now like the ultimate hippie car is a Prius. But back then it was the ultimate hippie car. It was good on gas for its size, and you could carry a lot of people in it, and you could camp in it. You could do a lot of things with it, guys. I mean, it is pretty awesome, I will say. However, though, would I own one? Hell no. Hell no. I have a friend that owns one, and he has been restoring it. He just had it painted, I think, last year. And I mean, it looks good, but his is also like a later version. I think his is like a 70s model, so it doesn't have that like characteristic Volkswagen van style that a lot of people want. So, but anyway, I mean, it's his baby. So, besides his other babies, that's a whole different story, guys. That's birds and bees. You ask your parents. So, those are all the Volkswagens that have been announced so far. Is the Beetle, the minibus, and the Karmann Ghia. So some honorable mentions, though, as I was saying earlier, is first up we have the 1957 Chevy Bel Air, which really has grown on me recently. I mean, I thought it was a cool looking car, but it was just slow, and I was like, I don't like it. It's American muscle. But then I tried drifting it, and my God, guys, this car is such a great drifter. Its land yacht status, it just makes it good for drifting. That, along with the Plymouth Fury. I mean, I've really been liking how they drift, and I've honestly become some of my favorite drift cars to use in the game. So, I mean, that's why that car makes the list. Next up we have the 1960 Chevy Corvette, which doesn't really have anything special about it. I mean, it's a cool Corvette and all, but nothing really is stand-outish about it. I mean, we're actually getting 2 C1 Corvettes, being the 1953 and the 1960, which the 1960 has that cool side thing going on, so I mean, that's why that one made the list and not the 1953. But the 1960 Corvette is really just one of those cars that me and my dad really agreed upon. We both really like this car, and one day we kind of want to own one. So, I mean, I'm saying I mean a lot. I'm saying really a lot. I need to stop that, guys. And guys, I say guys a lot. I mean, there are 3 key words right there. Guys, I mean, really. I need to stop. So, with that out of the way, the 1960 Corvette is just one of those cars that me and my dad really enjoyed. It was the car that, you know, we would flock to at car shows because they were just so amazing. In fact, one of the coolest ones that I ever saw had 550,000 miles on it. And the guy kept it in mint condition throughout that entire lifespan and had driven in all 50 states. All 50 states. He had it put on a plane to go to Hawaii for a week. I mean, that is like just one of those stories that is kind of hard to believe. I don't even know what the... Hold on. I gotta look at something really quickly back here. This event, guys. This guy's profile picture. It's a baby. Is that a baby with like a headset? Hold on. I just gotta take a look at this really quickly. So, guy named Juice Cannon, I think. I don't know who Juice Cannon is, but you got an adorable little profile picture. So, that is that car out of the way. And our next car, though, is actually the car that I'm driving in, which is the 1932 Ford Deluxe Coupe. Or Ford Deluxe 5-window coupe, I should say. Which honestly has some of the most customizable options for any car in the Forza franchise thus far. I mean, so many, guys, and I'm absolutely falling in love with it. In fact, I actually own 3 of these in the game right now, and each one is going for about 5 million credits on the auction house. At least that was the last time I checked, and that's what I paid for them. So that tells you how much I love this car. Although this one has a racing tune on it right now, because the other one was a drifting tune, and they didn't really want to crash into a whole bunch of trees. So it's kind of a hard to control drifting tune that I got on it right now, so I decided against using it for today's video. That's beside the point. So, I mean, it's honestly just one of the coolest cars. Now, some of you guys are maybe looking at it like, wait, how do I get that car? And that's because you guys didn't buy the Hot Wheels expansion, as this is actually the barn find for the Hot Wheels expansion, just in case some of you guys didn't know. So, I love this car. I think it looks freaking awesome. I mean, just look at that. Although this one's not as crazy modified as I have seen them. So, yeah. Then our next car is actually going to be the 1965 Ford Mustang GT Coupe. And really, the only reason I picked this car is because I really like it and I want to buy one day. So, if I ever get a classic car that I can afford, it's going to be a 1965 Ford Mustang. Now, there's other classic cars that would have much over it, but it's the only one that I can afford. Or, get it? Afford. Yeah, I use that car seriously just for that joke. Not really. I just made that up. So, oh wait, that was actually our final car on the list. So anyway, if you guys want to, you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at twitter.com/Gert413 and Instagram.com/Gert413. As well, if you guys like this video, go ahead and make sure to hit that like button down below for us, because you guys already know your support is so greatly appreciated. And make sure to hit subscribe for more videos coming out all the time. Thank you guys so much for watching. Peace out.